He missed a lot of Hell Week for getting pulled out for different stuff. He wasn't gonna quit, and he ended up dying in Hell Week. But yeah. So anyway, after Hell Week ended, I want to go back to the gym. So second phase happened, dive phase. Like I could get back in the gym, start jacking my weight. I love jacking weight, and I realized I couldn't squat. So I went from squatting a lot to where I couldn't even squat the bar because my lower back was all fucked up. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. It was because this muscle. So in Hell Week, your hip flexors are so, and I went through so many of them so fast. And so the hardest part of Buds, I went through 3 times. Not the Hell Week part. Yeah, that's one of the hardest parts, but it was the initial part of what everybody sees on TV. The log PT, the surf torture, the daggone boats over your head, all that shit. I went through that portion 3 times in 1 year. And over a period of time, my hip flexors got so tight that it just jacked me up. It jacked me up from my hip flexors. So always being so cold and so stressed out. And everything led up to it, but this really was the part that I noticed I could squat before Hell Week or before my first time going to Buds. After Buds, I couldn't squat anymore.
Do you just think it might just be because your body was exhausted?
No, because I for 12 years, so I would go back and tough it out like with Joe Burns. He was squatting, so I said, fuck, I'm gonna squat with Joe Burns. But I just couldn't squat because that muscle was attached to your T12.
So what was it doing to you? Is it locking up?
It was just pulling. Mm-hmm. So it made my hips feel like I couldn't sink my ass.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't sink. So it was this incredible pain. And then with the weight pushing me down and then trying to push up, the pain was just too much.
So this is all range of motion issues.
All range of motion issues, yeah.
Wow, that's an important thing. For my friend Cam Haynes, who doesn't stretch, he's another friend of mine who runs ultra races. He ran that Moab 240. He's run the Bigfoot 205. He's run a few of those.
Right.
I know he's listening. Go stretch, dude.
Yeah, support, man.
Yeah, well, especially if you're working that hard, right? If you're doing that much.
Yeah, you're definitely locking up.
He could barely touch his toes.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
That's not good, right?
No. It comes back to hurt you inside pretty soon.
Now, how flexible are you now? Because I would imagine you're probably a fucking ballerina at this point. Because knowing your brain.
I'm trying to get there. So I stretch every night for at least 2 hours.
There's a thing that people say that it'll always piss me off. Like, because I'm pretty flexible. They say, oh, you're naturally flexible. People have a natural threshold. They're like, no, they don't. Like, a doctor told me that. I go, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about because most people don't push themselves past that pain, that stretch pain.
Right. People want to put a title on you, man. It's easier for them. Oh, you're just fucking natural.
Exactly.
You're natural.
Exactly.
No, you don't work hard enough, motherfucker.
Yeah, people built like chimps aren't usually flexible.
Right.
You have to force yourself to do that.
That's right.
And I know it because I had a friend, my friend Tom Radogna. He was a football player, jacked, big, thick dude, terrible flexibility. He was taking Taekwondo with me.
Right.
And over the course of a couple of years, I saw that dude eventually develop a full split.
There you go.
And he just did it through his mind. He just was, everybody else was done training. That guy would be on the mat, constantly stretching, always working out. Because he had built his body up so strong from all those years of squatting and lifting that he just, he was all tense. Everything was just like this, super powerful.
Right.
But all like very tense.
That's why I stopped.
People are, for whatever reason, and I'm one of those. I drone on too much about yoga. I'm like one of those vegans. It's like you got to do it, man.
Right.
Just try it. I get annoying, like a born again Christian or something. It's like
I'm getting that way now, man. I'm getting that way now.
For anybody who does anything hard, like if you do anything like with weightlifting type shit or martial arts type shit where it's just everything's explosion, it's lifting, it's heavy, it's push.
Right.
Yoga just will balance your shit out.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, it will.
It really will, man. And there's all these people that resist it. Like there was some article recently that was something along the lines of hot yoga is just trendy nonsense. I read that, and then even in the article, it talked about that there might be some benefits in terms of like the strengthening your arteries, and they didn't even mention heat shock proteins. There's a study going on right now. I believe it's at Harvard.
Right.
One of my friends was telling me about it, where they're trying to find the benefits of 90-minute hot yoga classes because they think it might mirror the observed benefits of sauna, which they already know for a fact. Has big benefits because of your body producing heat shock proteins to deal with the heat.
Right.
That's why I put that sauna in here, man. I go in that fucker all the time.
Well, no one can tell me it doesn't work.
It's big.
It's proof positive. It changed my life. It wasn't a medication or this or a drug. It was stretching.
Yeah.
It was yoga, stretching, all that stuff combined changed it.
Well, I just think it balances out your body in those static poses where you're just holding the pose, and it works you out in a weird way that
100%.
you just don't get lifting weights or hitting the bag or anything else. You're just not going to get that kind of working out.
I can't agree with you more.
And it's so difficult. That's what's crazy.
You sweat your ass off.
You're in there with a bunch of housewives and shit, and you're like, this is like the silent struggle.
It's humbling.
Nobody knows.
No, it's
like,
humbling.
if you see like two doorways, right, and one of them is like fucking CT Ali Fletcher's fucking super pump Iron Addicts gym, which is hard work,
right.
And then right next to it is the yoga studio. You're like, well, once you get done with all that hard work, you'll go over to that yoga studio. No, there's two different kinds of hard work going on.
It's no joke.
Two different kinds of hard work.
Yes, sir.
So what do you do now in terms of, like, you got over this 5 years ago, you're in this bad situation where your body's not working right. Now everything's working great again.
Well, I had 2 heart surgeries also.
Whoa.
Yeah. So,
what was wrong with your heart?
So I had a hole in it. So, you're not supposed to have a hole in your heart and be a SEAL. And
Were you born with it?
I was born with it. It went undetected, and me pushing so hard. So in 2009, I was training for this race across America, and I just couldn't go anymore. Another pitfall in my life was the hole, and I was pretty much off active duty SEAL for 3 years. I had 2 heart surgeries, them trying to fix it. So the hole was significantly large.
Like how big?
They say it was as big as a quarter. I'm like, how the hell is it as big as a quarter? Yeah, that's a pretty big hole in your heart, because they had 2 helix patches. I'm like, that's impossible. The helix patches, they're in my heart, so the 2 stents.
What is a helix patch?
It is like a little mesh, very...
Like what they do for hernias? Like something like that?
Maybe something like that. So they went up through my femoral artery, and they placed this patch. But
they go through your artery?
Yeah, they went through my femoral artery. Yeah.
Like with a camera?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So, no, the camera was down through my throat.
Whoa.
And they put this catheter through my femoral artery that went to my heart. They went and they took this helix patch, they placed it in there, and then they found out 6 months later that the hole wasn't covered up enough yet. Because the hole was, and the helix patch was very damn big. So they go back in there in 2010.
How does the patch adhere to your heart?
I guess your heart heals around the patch.
So, but how did they stick it in place?
I guess they put it where the hole's at. And then it kind of like inflates.
Oh, wow.
Where the hole is at. And then that thing goes in there, and then it kind of covers the hole, and then the heart. So there's 2 things in my heart right now that the heart is kind of covered up.
Whoa. Yeah. Okay, so here's it.
So there you go.
Jamie's got an image of it for us. Whoa.
Yeah.
So it's attached to this little probe.
Right.
And then they put it over the area where the injury is. Wow, that's insane.
Yeah, atrial septum defect is what I had. Atrial septal defect. So basically, everything I had done,
Thank God for medicine.
Oh, shit. It's
crazy what they could do.
I'd be done.
That's so crazy that they could do that.
Yeah, so I was out for, I was off active duty for 3 years, so I was in a recruiting area for 3 years, trying to get back on active duty, and that was my life for 3 years, man.
So they put that patch in.
Yep.
And now your heart's 100%?
It's 100%. It's 100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I was losing, blood, and I was bad off.
Which is amazing that you were able to do all that with a hole in your heart.
That's what the doctors were saying, because they didn't know I was a SEAL. So when I went in, and the doctor that found the hole, so they gave me EKGs, all this stuff. Once again, man, it's after I ran like 205 miles,
Right.
Like, man, you're in great shape. I'm like, man, I just don't feel good. Like, walking up the stairs is making me jacked up. So the doctor, Doc Shrek, he's like, gave me EKG. He goes, go to the doctor, get an echocardiogram. So I'm in there getting an echocardiogram, just chilling out in there, and the guy's talking to me, has his little wand on my heart. We're bullshitting about stuff, and when people get quiet, that's fucking not good, man. Yeah. So he's in there, just had his wand on my heart, chilling out. Yeah, man, what are you doing? Yeah, what's going on? I'm like, and he says, I'll be right back. He goes and gets a doctor. Doctor comes in, puts the thing on my heart. The doctor gets another doctor. Now, I'm just freaking the fuck out. I'm like, okay, because when it comes to your heart, it's a big deal. So they come back in, they say, hey, we can stop the echocardiogram. We need to talk to you out in the hallway. You have a hole in your heart. And the guy didn't know that he knew I was a Navy guy, but I don't think he knew I was a SEAL, because not many black guys are SEAls. and we had a conversation about, we got to fix this real quick. I said, yeah, then I came up that I was a SEAL. He said, man, you could have died jumping, you could have died diving, you could have died in all this stuff. Because basically, the hole in your heart, if it gets plugged with something, like anything, like, let's say you get a bubble from diving or something like that, you're going to die.
Right.
So I call it luck.
Wow.
So I got through 2 surgeries. They put me back on. I lost.
So they give you the first one,
Yep.
and then when did they realize that it's not good enough?
So they take you back in. You got to get a bubble study, a bubble test. So they like literally send bubbles that way, safe bubbles that way, to see if the bubble goes through your heart. So they have this echocardiogram again, and they hook you up, I think, to IV or something like that, and they throw these bubbles through your heart, and they see if it goes through. After 6 months, when it should have been healed up, the bubble went through. So they had to tell me then, hey, we gotta, you're not good to go. So I had to take a year before I could have another surgery, because
Why did it take a year?
that patch had to be completely healed before they can go back in.
But all this time, you knew you had a hole.
Right. So they knew I had a hole because of the heart surgery.
Right, but all this time, like when you're waiting for it to
Yes.
heal, you have an extra hole.
Yes, I know I have a hole. Yes.
What were you allowed to do with your body then?
Well, at that time, they go, do how you feel comfortable. And so, the hole is not going to kill you right now. But you can't dive, you can't jump. You pretty much wasn't a SEAL anymore, so I was a recruiter for a period of time. So basically, I was crazy about that. Is before my second surgery, I was actually training for Delta Force. I wanted to go to Delta, and I was ruck running a lot. And before my second
ruck running, mean you're running with a pack on?
Yeah, a pack on my back with some weight on it.
How heavy is the pack?
50, 60 pounds.
And you run with that on?
Well, you're supposed to hike or hump, like ruck humping.
Right.
I ran with it because
Wow.
that's what I did.
Right.
So the day of heart surgery, I did a ruck run.
Jesus
because
Christ.
I knew I was gonna be out of commission for a while. So fuck it, man. I gotta get my last one in, dude.
Jesus Christ.
So all I could do, I have my training log. So after my second heart surgery, all I could do was walk. So I became an ultra walker.
Wow.
Fucking walked my fucking ass off, and over a period of time, it took a year for that thing to heal up and to heal. My first bubble study after my second heart surgery came back negative or positive. The bubble went through again.
Oh no.
And they're going to crack me open.
Oh man.
But over that period of time, my heart healed around that thing nicely, and I passed the second bubble test.
So the first bubble test was how long after? A year?
It was, so the first bubble test after the first surgery was
Right.
6 months.
And then you had to go through a full 6 months after that for it
Right.
to totally heal. Then you have the second heart surgery.
Right.
And when does the bubble test fail after the second heart surgery?
It was about 6 months.
Jesus Christ.
And they said, and the doctor looked at me and said, I'm sorry to inform you, man, we're going to have to crack your chest open the next time to really get in there. And so I sat back thinking this could be a third heart surgery. And then
that one.
they said we have to wait for 6 months to see if this thing's going to close up.
Right.
And I came back thinking, man, I'm about to get cracked the fuck open. And that bubble got pinned up, man.
Wow.
Didn't go through.
Maybe force it through with your mind.
I know, right?
Pulls that pitch up. When you're visualizing.
That's it, man.
That's something to visualize. Holy shit, man. That is crazy.
Yep.
It's crazy you went on a ruck run with a hole in your heart, too.
Well, I did it for several years, so I said, fuck it. I might as well keep on going, man.
That's amazing. Now, after all said and done, everything's good now?
Yeah, everything's, I'm sure something must have popped up in my fucking ass, not to do that, Everything's good right now. I'm always waiting for the next thing to pop up, and I handle it the same way I was attacking. But yeah, as of right now, I'm in the best shape. I'm 43 years old. Just turned 43, February 17th. I am in the best shape of my life. I'm not knocking on wood because fuck it. Life comes at you, dude. So
Right.
fuck knocking on wood. Come at me.
I mean, I would think that you would be a go-to guy for injuries.
Yeah.
Like, if anybody's
I've had them
had...
all, dude. I've had them all.
Have a good night.
Well, you broke the world record for chin-ups, didn't you? Broke your arm?